Alright, Chapter 2, Operating Instructions. Let's get this done. Alright, General, before operating with the CB534B and the CB534C with the motorized vibrating tandem steel drum to read and become familiar with the location and function of the all operative controls indicated described in this work package. 2C534B roller is shown unless the otherwise indicated. Alright, 1 is the vibration per minute with the tachometer to indicate the vibration per minute, the frequency of the drum vibration guide, the reading indicate with the VPM of the wave of the shaft of the drum, and the select with the position of the vibrator mode control switch. Vibrator system indicator number 2 will illuminate it to indicate the vibration push-in switch is on position. Turn signal indicator 3, not used with light indicator. When illuminated, indicates the lights are on. 5, the water spray system indicator. When illuminated, indicate the water system spray is indicated. The service hour meter 6, display with the total number of hours the engine has operated. 7 is your fuel level gauge, indicate the amount of diesel fuel GPA in the fuel tank. 9, 8 is the starting aid. On the CB534B, starting aid switch power with the controlled start switch, which warms a small amount of fuel to the engine for the combustion chamber. The heater is used for the cold weather to help start the engine. On the CB534C, the switch powers an air inlet heater, which warms the air and the engine for the engine. 9 is a engine start switch to the ignition key control of the mode of the electrical system start on the full right position. You can crank the engine with the start on the right position to activate all the electrical starting switch. Allow the engine to run once as it started the off left position. Stops the engine, shut down the electrical circuits. Alright, 10 is your steering wheel, control the roller direction. The hydraulic oil temperature warning light. 11 illuminates the warning operator over overheating the hydraulic oil system. In the system, the indicator does not go short after the engine is started. If the indicator comes on while the engine is running, operator should stop the engine to notify the supervisor. 12, engine oil pressure warning light. The indicator for the warning operated with low engine oil pressure system malfunction indicator does not go off shortly after the engine started. The indicator comes on while on the engine running, operator should stop the engine and notify the supervisor. 13 is 13 right there, engine coolant water temperature. The engine coolant temperature warning light illuminates with the warning overheating with the engine coolant with the system malfunction indicator does not go off shortly after the engine is started. The indicator comes on while the engine is running. Operator should stop the engine and notify the supervisor. And 14 is your hydraulic oil pressure warning light. Illuminates the warning operator with the malfunction caused to the hydraulic system pressure. The indicator does not go off shortly after the running of the engine. After the engine started, the indicator caused while the engine is running. Operator should stop the engine and notify the supervisor. Alright, 15 is the alternator indicator illuminates the warning and operating with the alternator malfunction indicator does not go up with the 15 seconds after the engine started. The indicator comes on while the engine is running. The operator should shut down the roller and investigate the cause. 16 is your throttle control switch CB534C. Only 2 position switch in the control engine speed. Select for the low and for the low engine speed and high for the hair for the high engine idle speed. 17 is the throttle control of the engine revolution per minute. Push for the hold button to allow the push and move the throttle control. Push the throttle control down to reduce the engine speed. Pull the throttle control to increase the engine speed. Release the button at the desired throttle position. Turn the throttle lock to the full right. Lock the throttle control at the desired engine RPM. Turn the throttle lock to the full left. Release the throttle control of the engine to change the engine RPM. Our controls 18. 18 is your speedometer. CB534C only indicates the roller ground speed of the feet per minute times 10 or equal to kilometers per hour. Control coordinate conditions 18 in 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. 19. Vibrator push switch. The turn of the vibrator switch system on the pressure once off the pressing of it again. Prop hill controller figure 20. It's control the direction of speed travel of the roller. Push to the forward to go forward. Pull the wave back to go reverse brake when activated with the neutral middle position. Backup alarm sounds when in reverse. 21 is the parking brake. Apply with the parking brake when releasing the parking brake when pulled up. Water spray switch. Turn 22. Turns the water spray pitch onto an off-center position. Continues pull back to intermittent pushes forwards modes. Vibration control switch. Turn the vibrator system to the manual and or automatic modes. Alright, 30, 29, 27 to 28, 29, 30, and, 25, 24, the drum select switch. Activate the vibrator system with the front of the push forward, rear, pull back to both the drum center position. Amplitude select switch. Turn the amplitude of the vibration from the push forward and low pull back the pitch. Light circuit breaker, right reset button, figure 26. Reset the lighting circle to provide the power to life. Then circle the breaker will trip the event with the electrical system malfunction. Light switch. Rotate the forward position to control the working light. Beginning with the full right position. One is off. The second position turns the panel on. The third position turns the front work lights on. Fourth position turns front and rear worker lights on. 28 is your water tank selector. Control the use of the water front rear tank from the water tank of the move of the forward, and from the rear of the water tank move of the rearward. 29 is your horn switch. Press to sound the horn. Propel sound speed range. Allows the roller to operate in either low, tortoise, or high propel speed modes. 31 throttle control circuit breaker reset button. Press the reset throttle control circuit to provide the throttle with the control circuit breaker will trip the event with electrical system malfunctions. Alright, this shows the 32 is the fore aft lever that adjusts the seat forward and backward when propelled left. 33 is the seatbelt provides operative safety during operating of the roller. Seatbelt must be worn at each time the roller is moved. Rotation lock lever operates station 5 position operator platform holds an operator platform located at the position operator station direction of 45 to 90 degrees in either direction. Pull up on the lever to release the pin to allow the platform to rotation. 35 the ride adjustment. The indicator rides the adjustment corrected with the rod is aligned with the tube. Lift lever adjusts the seat height. Then when pressed down, releases the lever to lock seat into the position. Ride adjustment knob adjusts the firmness of the ride and tighten the former firmer ride. Loosen for the less firm ride. All right, 38, 39, 40, 41, and 42. Battery disconnect switch is disconnects the negative battery cable to the ground. With the turning of the battery disconnect key counterclockwise while the roller is not operating against it. For the turning of the key clockwise counterclock, connect the battery cable to the ground connection. Fuel hydraulic oil tank site glass measure the level of the hydraulic oil level, the fluid oil tank level that could be obstructed with glass tube full cold to add level indicated gauge. Water level gauge to measure the water level in the water spray system. Tank the needle on the gauge any level that indicates full, ends empty, full right is full. This is water level the gauge located in both tanks. Steering frame tank lock locating steering of the system with placing the shipping lead with the moving the position and the pin up and locking down and steering. Top line valve connects the front with the rear water with spray system. The one of the system will use to pump the water both and off. The other system pump fails. Turning the valve handle 90 degrees away from the water line isolates the front and rear water spray systems. Alright, 43, 44, 45, and 46, and 47. 43, alternator circuit breaker reset button. Push the reconnect the alternator circuit to provide the power with the roller. The circuit breaker will trip the event with the electrical system overload. Air filter surface indicator indicate the condition of the air filter requires surface red appears viewing the window when an arrow is in 22 inches position. Pre-reset the top of the surface indicator after the filter service is complete. 45 is your engine heater connector, another cable to the extension cord with 120 volt AC with the connection with the warm engine coolant overnight during cold weather. Manual brake release 46. The pressing the knob manually hydraulic oil pressure relief of the action with the short distance moving the roller engine is often unable to start. 2047. Manual brake release needle valve. Lock open with the normal operation. Unlock the set screw close of the valve with the manual brake release pump. Control indicators continued. 48, 49, 50, and 51. 48, bearing oil level gauge. The vibrator oil level of the front of the rear vibrator with the reservoir. B, check with the side of the gauge with the drum with the position with the welded rod at the bottom of the drum. Warning horn, sound alarm during the same time the warning lights are illuminated. Water tank drain plug. Turn the T-handle to remove the drain plug with the drain the water from the water tank. A drain plug is located on each of the water tank. The water tank shutoff valve closed and open the flow of the water tank of the water spray screen during each screen and cleaning. The hydraulic oil filter indicator 51. 52. A hydraulic oil filter indicator indicates the amount of contamination collected within inside the hydraulic oil filter. White indicator reaches the red when the red drum filter needs to be replaced. 53. Your engine oil rod dipstick that indicates the level of the oil in the crankcase to marks of the provided with the indicate the acceptable high and level lows. When the oil is below the low level, add engine oil to the engine. And a work package. Alright, General, the work packet contains the instruction for the safety operation of the CB534B and the CB534C now arrived the vibrating tandem steel drum, the usual condition defined and described in Work Package 6. Work Package 4 with the further location function of all the control indicators required for the rolling operation. CB534B roller is shown unless otherwise indicated. Initial adjustment of daily checks. Operators must wear the protective headgear failure, warning failure. Operators must wear the protective headgear failure. Operators wear protective headgear that may result with a serious injury or death, unlike the steering frame before. Operating to prevent loss of steering with a cause injury injury to death. Unlock the steering frame, remove the clip 1, then pin 2 for the articulation yoke 3. Lift the holding steering frame, lock bolt 4 with the top of the slot with the articulation yoke 3. Install the pin into the top of the 2 into the articulate yoke 3. Ensure the steering frame lock bolt 4 is above the pin 2. Release the steering frame lock bolt 4 and then install the clip 1 into pin 2, locking steering frame. Remove the clip 1 and pin 2 from the articulation yoke 3 with the position of the steering frame. Lock bolt forward to the bottom of the slot with the articulation yoke 3. Install the pin 2 at the bottom of the hole of the articulation yoke 3. Ensure the steering frame lock bolt forward with the bell pin 2. D. Install the clip 1 and pin 2. Adjusting handrails in operation. When rolling, operators require the operator to watch the surface of the edge for the bolt of the drum such that the side of the rolling. The operation station can be moved at 90 degrees in either direction. The handrails can be moved onto the making room to the seat with the travel to fully back, while the 90-degree rotation side of the space requirement for the operator to determine the adjustment of the handrails needed. Refer to the work package 2022 when handrail is adjustment is required. Initial adjustment of daily checks. Continue to adjust the seat. Warning, lock the seat into position before operative rollers to prevent uninspected seat movement. The failure to follow this warning may cause injury. Note, adjusting the seat beginning with each of the seat shift with the changing of the operator. Adjust the seat until the controls become comfortable to reach for the operator's back against the seat. Sit on the seat 5, facing the forward with your back against the seat. Move the holding the aft forward, aft lever shift, and left away from the seat 5. Slide the seat forward. Slide seat 5 with the forward backward position while the operator station control with the comfortably reach. Release the 4 aft lever. The 6 for the lock of the seat in position. Rock back and forth to ensure the seat is locked in position. Turn knob 7 until the indicator 8 is flush with the tube 9. Lift the lever 10 and adjust the seat height position when all operator station controls can comfortably reach. Release the lever 10. Initial adjustment daily checks continued. Operator seatbelt. Warning, the use of the seatbelt while operating with the roller is mandatory. Fasten the belt before driving the tire. Try to fasten the belt while the driving creates a hazardous condition. Failure to follow the warning may result in the injury or death. Fasten the seatbelt. Sit on the seat 5. Hold the gripper 11 to the extent of the seatbelt 12. From the retractor 13. Insert the extrusion 14 into the buckle 15. Use until the securely latch. Unfasten the seatbelt. Push button 16. Remove the extrusion 14 from the buckle 15. Allow the seatbelt 12 to slowly retract into the retractor 13. Adjuster operated with the station position. Warning, do not operate the roll of the operator station is unlocked. Failure to follow the warning can make up with injury or death. While in rolling operation, require the operator to watch for the surface of the edge of both the drums side by side. Rolling operator of the station can be moved 90 degrees in either direction. Hold the provided with the lock of the operation station in 45 to 90 degree position. Pull lever 17 up with the mover over the operator station 18 the desired position. Align with the bottom of the top of lever 17 while the whole operation platform 19. Release the lever 17 with the lock operation station 18 in position. Ensure the lever in 17 is securely seated in the hole of the operator platform 19. Mount and dismount roller. Warning, use the caution when climbing on the roller. Maintain 3-point contact all times. Use the rear step with the handrails. Be aware of the footing of the must be slippery mount and the dismount roller only when the steps and handrails are provided. The failure to follow this warning may result in injury or death. Roller protection system. The canopy with the 55 inches clearance above the platform. The lowest point. Use the care for the most amount and dismounting the roller to prevent injury in the head. Ensure the left side of the during the assembly latch they are securely closed and before attempting to mount the dismount operating platform. Failure to follow these warnings may cause injury. Mount roller. Standard facing roller using handrail steps 2 and steps 3 for the climbing operating platform 4. Dismount the roller. Grasp handrails 2 with the turning face center of the roller 1. Use the handrails 2 and step 3 for the climbing off the platform 4 to the ground. Alright, operating engine. Warning, when you hear permanent damage if you're exposed to the constant high level, noise level to 85 decibels or greater, hearing protection is required for the operating the roller when working on the roller while in its operating failure to wear hearing protection may result in hearing loss. There's no clearance for the personnel between the frame and the yoke of the roller turns severe injury or death of the crushing could occur. The steering frame must be locked before lifting the transporting, surfacing, rolling, articulation area to prevent injury of the death. The crushing, unlocking steering frame before operation to prevent loss of steering that may cause injury or death. Articulation areas. Alright, operating the engine, continue. Turning on the battery disconnection switch. Note, the turning of the battery disconnection switch on at the beginning of each workday. Lift the latch 1, push the handle 2 toward the front of the roller 3, open the right side door 4, unhook the lanyard 15 from the door assembly 4, and hook the lanyard to the frame assembly 6, and insert the key in turn 7 until the battery disconnect switch is in connected position. Unhook the lanyard 5 from the frame assembly 6, and the hook lanyard to the door assembly 4. Close the right side door assembly 4, and push the handle into handle 2 into the latch 1, close the latch. Disconnect and connection. Operating engine continued, starting above 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Push down the parking knob 9 to ensure the braking pedal is engaged. Note, the engine will now start and lift the propel control level to the neutral position. Move the propel control level into the neutral position. Center, move the water spray switch 11 to the off-center position. On the CB534B roller, only turn the throttle lock 12 counterclockwise until the throttle control 13 moves up and down freely. CB534B roller, push and hold down 14, pull the whole throttle control 13 on the high idle position near to the fully up. On the CB534C roller, move the throttle control switch 15 to the fast hair position. Operating engine continued. Do not start with the warning. Do not start with the roller engine closed without adequate ventilation. Failure to follow the warning may result in the permanent damage to death due to the carbon monoxide poison. Caution: do not operate the starter of the motor within 36 seconds of the time. After 30 seconds, allow the starter motor to cool for at least 2 minutes before attempting to start the engine. Excessive heating of the starter motor will result in the damage of the earlier start failure. Keep the engine RPM low within engine oil pressure indicating light and horn go off. Stop the engine indicator light does not go off within 10 seconds. Notify the supervisor before troubleshooting. Restart the engine failure. Keep the engine RPM until the engine oil pressure indicator light and horn go off. That can result in the turbocharging damage. Turn off the engine start switch key 16 to start clockwise position, cranking the engine. Release the key with the engine start. On the CB534B roller, only immediately push the hold button 14. Push the throttle control 13 down to the low idle position near the fully down. And for the engine warm up, we'll release the button. On the CB534B roller, only when the desired low idle reach from the throttle lock 13 clockwise, lock the throttle control 13 in position. On the CB534C roller, only position the throttle control switch 15 to slow the tortoise position once the engine started. Note: vibration push switch turns the vibrator system only on pressing once or off by pressing again. There's no way to tell the vibrator system is on or off when the engine is not running. Ensure the vibration position switch 17 is turned off. Operation engine continued. Warm up the engine above 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep the engine RPM low until the oil pressure warning light goes out. The oil pressure gauge does not indicate the oil pressure engine oil light, and it does not go out when the 10 seconds to stop the engine. Investigate call before starting again. Observe the following guidelines for the engine warm up. If the temperature is greater than 32 degrees Fahrenheit, warm the engine approximately 15 minutes. If the temperature is less than 32 degrees Fahrenheit, warm the engine approximately 30 minutes. If the temperature is less than 0 degrees, or if the hydraulic function is sluggish, additional time may be required. Allow the cold warm engine to warm up the low idle minimum 5 minutes. Complete the warm-up requirements approximately 15 minutes in temperature above 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Observe the warning indicator lights frequently during the warm-up cycle. All steering propel control several times. Allow the warm-up hydraulic oil to circulate through all cylinders and lines. Operating engine continues. Shut down the engine. Caution: stopping the engine immediately after it has been working under load causes overheating, accelerated warning. Where of the engine components, failure to run the low idle in the 5 minutes after operation may cause the damage to the engine. Note: the engine shutdown is the same for the CB534B and CB534C rollers. CB534B rollers shown. When the roller stopped, run the engine to low idle for 5 minutes. Turn the engine start switch to 16 to the off position. Remove the key from the switch. On the operating the engine, continue. Turn off the battery disconnection switch. Turn on the battery disconnection switch off at the end of each workday. Lift latch 1, push the handle 2 toward the front roller 3, open the right side door assembly 4, unlock the lanyard 5 of the door assembly 4, hook the lanyard 5 to the frame assembly 6, turn the key 7 until the battery disconnect switch in the 8 is in off position. Remove the key, unlock the lanyard from the frame assembly 6, and hook the lanyard door assembly 4. Close the right side door assembly 4, push the handle 2 into the latch 1 and close the latch. Operated water spray system. Note: the water spray system is operated the same way the CB534B and CB534C rollers. 534B rollers shown. Check the water tank level. The caution: water system must be drained at the end of the workday, filled with the beginning of the next workday. Drain and ensure the removal of debris, biological growth, and prevent the damage from the system. In the event of the freezing temperature, observe water in the front of the rear water level the gauges. The caution: operating water spray system prolonged periods without warning water in the tanks will result in the damage of water spray system. When required, fill water tanks. Work package 24. Operate the water system spray system. Caution, always check the level in the water tanks prior to operating the water spray system. Failure to follow this caution may cause the damage of the water spray system. Contaminated water can cause the performance reliability problem in the water spray system. Note, use the continuous spray in high temperatures and low humidity conditions to keep the drums wet. Use intermittent water spray and continue to conserve water. For intermittent water spray, move the water spray with the switch to the forward position. For continuous water spray, move the water spray switch to the rear position. Operator water sprays continue. Override failed water spray system pump. Note, when the water spray system consists of the two identical but separate systems located at each of the end of the roller, one pump of the system failed, the operator can tie the line with the value of the supply of water and flow with the bowl system. The CB534C roller, use the switch operator account to select the proper pump tank for use. Refer to the work package 5. Lift the hatch 3, pull handle 4 toward the front of the roller 5. Open the right side door of the 6 assembly. Unhook the lanyard 7, the door assembly 6. Hook the lanyard for the frame assembly 8. Turn the timeline valve 9. Open position. Unlock the lanyard 7 and from the frame is 8. And unhook the lanyard of the door assembly 6. Close the right side door assembly 6 and push the handle 4 and latch into the latch 3 and close the latch. Alright, turning the water spray system off. Move the water spray switch to the center position. Caution, when the water spray system must be drained at the end of each workday. Fill at the beginning of the next workday. Drain. Ensure the removal of the debris and biological growth. Prevent the damage over the system in the event of the freezing water. Drain the water tanks at the end of each of the water tank. Work package 24. Operating the vibrator system. Warning, do not operate the roller for a long period than 3 hours. The operator may resume 3-hour period roller operation after 1 hour rest. Operating roller periods longer than 3 continual hours may cause injury. Personnel from exposure at high whole body vibration levels. No, operating vibrator system is the same as the CB534B and CB534C roller. CB534B is shown. Select the front of the rear drum, move the drum selector switch 1 to the active vibrator system in the front drum, move the drum switch 1 to the center position to activate the vibrator system in both drums, and move the drum select switch 1 to the rear to activate the vibrator system for the rear drum. Select manual automatic mode. Note, the automatic vibrator system activates automatically when propel control level is moved with the forward reverse position. The speed of control needed to activate the vibrator system must be adjusted for the field made. Move the vibrator switch control switch for 2 to the forward to activate the vibrator system in the automatic mode. Note the vibration control switch in the rear position vibrator system can be activated at any time while the roller is stopped. Move the vibrator control switch to the rear position to activate the vibrator system in the manual mode. Turn the vibrator system on and off. Warning, do not turn the vibrator switch on the roller is standing still with a very solid surface. The loss of steering can be experienced and could result. Caution, never start and stop the roller. Abruptly damage the propeller braking system can occur. Note, when the vibration push switch is on, the vibrator switch indicator light will be on the while the engine is running. Press the vibrator push switch. Vibrator push switch 3 to turn the vibrator system on. Press the vibrator push switch again to turn the vibrator system off. Operate vibrator system on 2. The amplitude selected. Note that drum vibrates with the travel to the up and down motion. The vertical distance of the amplitude of the vertical movement is how the roller creates the compaction of surface material. Move the amplitude selected switch forward with the forward position to operate the vibrator system in a high pitch mode. Move the amplitude select switch to the rear position to operate the vibrator system in the low pitch mode. So if the amplitude. Move the roller. CB534B and CB543C rollers are moved in the same way. CB534B roller is shown. Move the roller forward. Note the parking brake switch is illuminated while the parking is engaged. Pull on the parking brake switch 1, disengage the parking brake. B, slowly push the propel control lever forward. 2, away from the center of the move of the roller forward. C, to move the roller faster, push the propel control lever further forward. Caution, the following procedure should always be either to stop the roller when left the emergency situation exists. Damage to the equipment can occur with the parking brake. Either to stop the roller, move the propeller control lever 2 to the center position to stop the roller. 3, move the roller in reverse. Slowly propel the control lever back into the back away with the center to move the roller in reverse. Move the roller faster than pull the propel control lever second further back. Alright, roller procedures. Operator should not operate the roller for longer periods than 3 hours. Operator should resume 3-hour period with the roller after 1 hour rest. Operating roller periods longer than 3 hours can make injury to personnel exposure to the excessive body vibration level of the roller. Do not turn the roller vibrator system on while the roller is in standstill with a very solid surface. The less of the steering can be experienced, which could result in injury to personnel. Caution, the following procedure should always be used to stop the roller. Used in emergency situations if the damage can occur with the parking brake. If used to stop the roller, know the turning vibration system off with the stopping on hot asphalt. Roller on both drums. Static vibration may not be used in all thin overlays of 1 inch or less. The roller can also be used in static mode to furnish the roller smoothing out of any drum marks. 2. The roller with the lead drum vibrating and the trailing drum static. Some difficult asphalt mixes mat less than 2 inches that may require operator to run with the lead drum vibrating and the trail drum static. Roller with the both drums vibrating for maximum compaction when the laydown thickness is greater than 2 inches, rolled with both drums vibrating. Roller procedure for continue. Turn the vibration system off before starting with the hot asphalt. 4. Roll with the lead drum stick with the trail drum vibrating. Running with the lead drum static with the trail drum vibrating. Recommended with the sense of the static drum that will tend to push the material. Your Parker roller, number CB534B and CB543C rollers are parked in the same way CB534 roller is shown. Move the roller to secure on level the ground. Turn off the vibrator system. Refer to the operator vibrator system in the worker package. Move the propeller control out in the center position. Stop the roller. Note, parking on the brake switch is illuminated while parking brake is engaged. Engine start switch is on position. Make the parking brake switch to and engage the brake. No, drain the water tanks at the end of the workday to prevent freezing and biological growth occurring during the period of the roller inactivity. Turn off the water spray system. Refer to the operating water spray system in the work package. 6. Shut down the engine. Refer to the operating engine work package. Dismount roller. Refer to the dismounting roller in this work package. Note, battery disconnect switch should be turned off at the end of each workday. Ensure the battery disconnect switch is turned off and the key is removed. Refer to the operator engine in the work package. Chock the drums. Check the front of the rear of the drum to prevent movement before. Unchock the drums to ensure the braking brake is applied. Check the front and rear drums whenever the maintenance is being performed on the roller. Check the front and rear drum at the corners of the local policy when the roller is operating. Move the chocks. Okay, opening and closing door assembly. Warning, there's no clearance for the person between the frame and the yoke of the roller. Return of the injury of the death and concussion can occur. The steering frame must be locked before lifting, transporting, surface rollings articulated to prevent injury to the death of the crushing. Note, right and left side door assemblies are open with the closed the same way the right side door assembly is shown. Open door assembly. Open door is checked with the surface of the engine with the compartment with the engine running. Shut off the engine low. Lock steering frame. Then refer to the initial adjustment of the daily checks the operating engine with the work package. Lift latch and the one with the pillow handle. 2 with the open up the door the front of the roller. 3. Open the door assembly. 4. Unhook the lanyard. 5. The eye of the door assembly. 4. And then hook the eye to the frame. 6. Close the door assembly. Unhook the lanyard. 5 to the frame assembly. 6. And hook the door assembly. 4 with the close of the whole door assembly. 4 with the tightly against the frame. Push the handle 2. The latch 1 and close the latch. And the steering frame was locked. Shut off the engine. Unlock the steering frame. Refer to the initial adjustment daily. Check for the operating engine in this work package. Road machine. Perform all the work. Walk around inspection with the roller. Measure fluid level the various components of the work package 11 and 12. Check with the proper official to obtain the required license. Install the required flags and signal and lights. Travel minor speed. Observe all the roller speed limitations in traveling long distance. Stop roller after 30 minutes. Allow the roller to cool off. Towing instruction. Before towing, ensure the towing bar is good working condition. If the weak of the tow bar could result in the injury or death. Incorrect towing with the roller may cause injury or death. Do not allow the operator to roller unless the engine is running. The operator can control the steering or braking. Uncontrolled roller may cause the injury or death. Do not chain the cable. The pulling with the chain, the cable link may break, causing injury. The towing vehicle should be larger and larger than the roller vehicle. You tow the roller should have enough of the brake capacity, weight, and power to control both the vehicle and the greater distance involved. To provide the decision control brake with the moving, disable the roller and downhill large towing vehicle. The additional vehicles connected with the rear of the towed roller is required. Turning on the slope to reduce the stability of both the towing vehicle and the towed roller could result in tipped over accident. Note, when towing, attach the tow bar to the tie down points. No, towing instructions are moving the disabled roller short of different low speeds at no faster than 1.2 miles an hour, convenient low location of the repair transportation. The instruction in emergency only the transportation roller along the distance required. The roller can be towed in short distance, can be pulled in the mud while the engine is running with the powertrain. The steering system is working. The operator on the towed roller must steer in the direction of the tow. The CB534B roll weights at 21,232 pounds. CB534C roller weights at 21,832 pounds. Attach the tow bar with a maximum capacity 21,232 pounds to the CB534B and attach the tow bar with a minimum capacity of 1,832 pounds for the CB534C roller. Towing instruction. Continue if the engine is not running manually. Release the parking brake. Refer to the field manual 943.2 for the attach the tow bar to the roller tie down points. Attach the tow bar with the towing vehicle. Refer to the field manual 943.2 to slow the tow of the disabled roller. Prepare for transportation. Note the preparation for the transportation procedure for the same with the CB534B, CB534C, the CB534B roller is shown to obey the state local laws governing the characteristic load, height, and weight of the width of the location and length. Observe all the regulations governing wide loads. Ensure the cooling system of the property antifreeze, mixing the transportation roller with the cold climate. General transportation instruction: investigate the travel route, overpass the clearance, ensure that the adequate clearance for the roller bearing of the transportator. Refer to the work package 2 for the roller dimension. Before load roller, removing ice, snow, and other slippery material, loading the dock and the truck bed, preventing the slipping of the roller and shifting while in transit. Before loading the roller, in place the chocolate block in the front behind the roller and the rail car wheels. Apply the parking brake. Travel at moderate speed. Observe all speed limitations of transportation roller. All right, preparation for transportation. Continue lifting the machine onto the ship bed. Refer to the equipment data, the work package 2 for the roller, shifting data plate, work 7, the information for the roller, dimension for the weight with the instruction on lift points. Ensure all water tanks are empty. Work package 24. Warning: steering frame must be locked from the lifting roller to prevent the injury from the depth of the crushing. Locking steering frame to valve. Remove the clip 1 for the pin 2 for the articulated yoke with the 3. Position the steering frame lock bolt 4 with the bottom of the slot of the articulation yoke 3. Install pin 2 for the bottom of the hole of the articulation yoke 3. Ensure the steering frame and the lock bolt with the 4 and the below the pin 2. Install clip 1. Install pin 2. Position crane and off the other lifting device so that the roller will be lifted in level position. Preparation for the transportation. Continue the warning. Lifting equipment used for the lifting roller must be good in condition. Suitable load capacity failure with the file of the warning may result in injury to death or damage to the roller. Improper use of the lifting equipment, improper detachment of the roller can result in the injury of equipment. If damage observed with all the standard safety, use of the caution with the handling heavy parts. Provide adequate support with the assistance during the procedure to ensure the lifting device in good condition. Suitable load capacity. Keep it clear of the heavy parts supporting by the lifting device. Failure to file with the warning may cause injury to death. Note: the CB534 roller weighs 21,232 pounds. The CB534C roller weighs 21,832 pounds. Lifting eyes are identified by a label that was shown with a hook and the central lift here attached to the crane, and suitable lifting devices to the front and the rear. Lifting eye 5 on both sides of the roller. Lift the roller slowly to ensure the roller stays level. Position roller and shipping bed for the transportation vehicle or rail car. Caution: place the blocks are placed and prevent excessive loads for those drums supporting. The failure to check the drums may result in the damage to the roller. Roller position base block the center of the yoke with each side of the roller in the front of the rear. Check the drums. Refer to the check drums in the work package. Continue. Press the parking brake 6 and apply the parking brake. Turn the engine start switch. As 7 off. Remove the key. Turn the battery disconnects and switch off for the operating engine of the work package. Please ensure that all locks and vanity guards are in place and secure. The exhaust opening must be closed prior to shipping the turbocharger. Damage can result when the turbocharger rotates when the engine running to cover the exhaust opening. 9 with a tape to prevent the debris from entering the exhaust system. Turbocharger prevent the turbocharger from rotating. See the tie down roller in with the work package. Loading roller with the M870 series trailer. To prevent the damage of the roller, during the loading and unloading, necessary to construct the trailer approach of the ramp. Refer to the TM52330378814P. Ramps may be utilized during loading and unloading operation. Control the trailer approach from the ramp with utilizing the oak planks. Provide oak planks provided with the basic item issue with the trailer. Slowly move the roller forward up upon the approach ramp when the roller is in position. Trailer bed is fouled. Apply the parking brake with refer to the operating engine work package. Turn the engine start switch to out position. Move the key. Refer to the operating engine in the work package. Turn the disconnect switch of the out position. Refer to the operating engine work package. Ensure all the locks and vandal guards are placed in the secure lifting machine on the ship bed work package. Caution: ensure exhaust the opening with may be closed from the shipping. The turbocharger damage may result with the turbocharger rotate without the engine running. Cover the exhaust opening with the tape to prevent debris from entering the exhaust system of the turbocharger and preventing the turbocharger from rotating. Alright, tie down the roller. Improper lifting devices can allow the load to shift using sling rate loaded with a 21,232 pound for the CB534B roller. Using slings rate with a 21,832 pound for the CB534C roller. Failure to follow the warning may cover the injury to damage to equipment. Secure with the roller using tie down locations 10 at each of the corner roller. End of the package work package. Alright, operating under unusual conditions. The operator must wear with protective headgear with the failure of the operator to wear protective headgear with the result in serious injury. The work package contains the instruction from the safety operator CB534B, CB543C rollers motorized with vibrating tandem steel drum under usual conditions. Additional normal preventive maintenance special care must be taken with us. We keep the roller additional instruction in extreme temperature for the environmental conditions. Slave starter roller. The slave starter roller use the native slave cable that does not have the loosing missing insulation. Do not proceed with the slave starting if the correct slave cable is is not available. Do not allow the live machine or dead roller to come in contact with either during the slave starting. The failure to follow the contact may cause electrical system damage. Or no circumstances the roller should be started to be towed and pushed, and failure to follow the caution with a damaged roller. Note that if the machine and another roller slave started machine operator manual for the live machine for any of the special slave starting procedures. Slave starter procedures are the same in the CB534B and CB534C rollers. CB534 rollers shown. Slave starting is in two-person task. Start one live machine with a good charging system battery. Refer to the machine operator's manual. Move the live machine into the position dead roller with the NATO slave connector with the machine roller and side by side. Shut down the live machine. Refer to the live machine operator's manual. 3. 4. Remove the caps 1 for the NATO connector, 2 for the live machine roller. To avoid injury with the eye protection, the acid resistant must be warm with working around batteries. Do not smoke, open flame, move, make sparks, create the ignition spark. Store for the battery with the battery driven off the gas, explode with the cause of injury. Remove all injury jewelry with rings, ID tags, the watch, the bracelets, jewelry, the tools, contact battery terminals. The indirect short will result in the instant heat damage to the equipment and injury. Sulfuric acid contained in the batteries can be serious burns if the battery corrosion with the electrolyte contact with the skin and eye clothing. Take immediate action to corrode the burning effects. Failure to follow these procedures may result in injury or death. Remove the cap 3 with the NATO slave connector 4. Remove the plug the NATO slave connector 4 with the NATO connector 2 on the live machine roller. Slide the live machine. Refer to the live machine operator's manual. Operate the live machine with a high idle. Refer to the live machine operator while attempting to start the roller. Engine work package 5. When the roller engine is running smoothly, remove the NATO slave connector 4 with the NATO connection 2 with the live machine roller. Install the cap 3 on the NATO slave enable connector 4. Install the cap 1 on the NATO connectors 2 on the live machine roller. Move the park lever on the live machine. Refer to the live machine operator's manual. Shut off the live machine. Refer to the live machine operator's manual. No, emergency procedure for the CB534B, CB534 rollers are the same. CB534 rollers are shown. Emergency shutdown. Stop the roller, move the propellant control level to the neutral position. Turn the engine start switch to the fully counterclockwise. This will shut down the power to all systems at once. Manual release parking brake. Warning: ensure that the roller is secure with the prevent move of the roller with the free wheel when the brakes are released. Ensure the path of the roller travel clear with the personnel with equipment. If failure to follow the warning may result in injury or death. Note: rolling brakes are equipped to automatically engage with the proper control level. The neutral position. Engine for the not running of the roller is equipped with the manual brake release pump with the release brake clutch. Track the drums. Lift the latch 7. Push the handle 8 with the door in front of the roller 9. Open the left side door. Assembly 10. Unhook the lanyard 11. Left side door. Assembly 10. Lock the lanyard to the frame. Assembly 12. Continue. Spring forward must be removed. Relieve of the proper system malfunction valve with the pressure limit to prevent propel system damage. Brake shoe cause brakes. Brakes are locked in absence of the hydraulic oil pressure. Manual brake release pressure provides hydraulic oil pressure needed to release the brakes. Remove the 3mm wrench 4mm socket head screw with the 5/64 inch socket head screw with the key. Table 2 items 4 and 11 and 12. The work package 27 from the toolbox. Loosen nuts 13 and 14 with the 13mm wrench. Turn the screw 15 and 16 with the counterclockwise using the 4mm socket head screw with the key until the top of the reach and relieve the spring forward for the proper of the system malfunction valve pressure limits. Using 13mm wrench, tighten nuts 13 and 14. Loosen set screw 17 with the knob 18 using the 5/64 set head screw with the turn the valve knob 18. The counterclockwise to close the valve 13. Push the knob until the resistant valve breaks the release. Push the knob 20 with the manual brake release pump and 21 several times until the brake releases. Alright, unhook the lanyard from the 11 from the frame. Assembly 12. Hook the lanyard of the left side of the door. Assembly 10. Check to close the left side of the door 10 with the push handle 8 within the latch 7 and the closed latch for the stove with the 13mm wrench 5/64 inch head screw with a 4mm head screw into the toolbox. Alright, reset the parking brakes after the manual release. Ensure the roller is secure with the warning. Ensure the roller is secure to prevent any of the movement roller in the free wheel when the brakes are relieved. Ensure the path of the roller travel is secure with the personnel equipment. Failure to follow the warning may be the result in the injury or death. Shock the drums. Remove the 13mm wrench, 4mm socket. Screw the key with the 5/64 inch socket of the screw with the toolbox and table to item 2, items 4 and 11 to 12 with work package 27. If the latch 7, the pull hand with the 8 with the door of the front of the roller 9. Open the left side of the door 10. Unlock the lanyard lanyard. 11 from the left side of the door. 10, unhook the lanyard frame assembly. 12, turn the valve number 8. Valve knob 18 with the counterclockwise, fully open the valve. 19, tighten the screw with 17 with the valve knob. 18 and 5/64 inch socket head screw. Use the 13 millimeter loosen the nuts. 13 and 14 hold the nuts. 13 and 14 turn screw. 15 and 16 counterclockwise using the 4 millimeter socket head screw key with until the stop of the reach. Use the 13 millimeter inch tighten the nuts. 13 and 14 stove with the 13 millimeter inch 5/64 screw head key and the 4 millimeter socket head screw key in the toolbox. Operating in extreme cold. By nature of the purpose of the roller, usually not operated with extremely cold weather. The roller is required to operating during the temperature below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Observe the following procedure. Procedure operating in extreme cold is the same with the CB534V, CB534C rollers, except where noted. The introduction in extreme cold may cause lubricant and thick and congealed materials may freeze. Their loss of the electrical efficiency failure may do readily atomize the combustion various materials become harder, brittle, easily. The damaged cooling system requires the adequate protection with extreme cold. Fuel and lubricants, anti-freeze requires special storage and handling usage. Alright, operating on unusual conditions continue. Operating in extreme cold, continue starting engine CB534B. Warning, do not use either starting fluids to start the roller. Extreme cold weather, the CB534 roller is equipped with a water heater jacket that could result in injury or engine damage. The CB534B roller is equipped with the engine block heating element which can be connected to the AC output when the temperature is below 32 degrees. Connected with the removable 120 volt AC cable, extension cord from the coolant heater for the starting the engine. Open the left door, assembly work package 5, lifting latch at 22, remove the 120 volt AC extension cord for the coolant heater, plug the 23, the 120 volt AC outlet. Close the left door, work package 5, remove the ice and snow from the machine as soon as possible. Prepare roller for operation severe cold temperatures according to the field manual 9207 and 3170, 3171. Necessary draining fuel filter, fuel separator, work package 12 before filling the fuel tank. Prevent any of the water fuel from freezing. This will prevent the fuel from filter from clogging. Start the engine, work package 055, allow the engine to warm up at least 5 minutes if it's normal the operating temperature before beginning the operation. Watch the fuel warning lights closely, stop the roller, turning off the engine, work package 5, refer to the operating troubleshoot with the work package 9 and 10, where unusual readings occur. Operating extreme cold, starting the engine CB534C. Warning, do not use either starting fluid of the rollers and the extreme cold. The CB534 rollers equipped with the inlet manifold heater. The either could be result in the injury or either damage. We'll open the right door, assembly turn the battery disconnect switch on. Push the parking brake knob 24 to apply the parking brake. Propel the control level to the neutral position. Press the vibrating switch to the out position. Move the water spray switch to the center position. Move the throttle control switch 27 to the fast position. Turn the engine switch to the on position. Note, do not press the air inlet switch within more than 30 seconds of attempting to start the engine. Allow the air inlet heater with a 60 seconds to cool down if the engine is not cranked. Press and hold the air inlet switch 28 with a minimum of 10 seconds with a maximum 30 seconds depending on the outside of the temperature. Turn the engine starting switch to 6 to the starting position. Engine start release key with a disengage the start engine does not start with a continue to press the throttle control switch. No air inlet heater may be used after starting the engine if the engine is running hot. Repeat the steps 1 step I after 10 seconds. When the engine starts, continue to press and hold the air inlet switch till the engine runs smoothly. Move the throttle control switch 27 to the slow position after the engine starts. Operating in extreme heat. Caution. Operating during the extreme heat with the ambient temperature for the 100 degrees Fahrenheit cause the engine and hydraulic system to overheat. The engine temperature for the above 230 degrees, hydraulic oil temperature above 250 degrees cause damage to the engine. Hydraulic temperature component to change the engine coolant with the warning light with the hydraulic oil temperature warning light often during the extreme heat to prevent damage of the engine hydraulic system. Gaskets and seals more likely to leak in the way of the engine hydraulic system. Operating temperature for the high. Check the engine and hydraulic oil levels a bit more often during the periods of extreme heat to prevent damage of the engine and hydraulic system components. Check the leaks around the gasket sealing fittings and often check the engine oil level. The work package 14. Monitor the engine coolant temperature warning light. Check the hydraulic oil level. The work package 18. Monitor the hydraulic oil temperature warning light. Check the oil cooling system. If the engine cooling temperature, hydraulic oil temperature warning light illuminates, stop the roller. Allow the engine to run idle for a few minutes for the cool down. Warning the lights that have gone out. Resume the operation necessary. Clean the lubricator with the correct grade with the lubricating to prevent the deterioration. Have the field maintenance chain with the air fuel transmission, hydraulic filter elements, and order number and normal intervals is designed field maintenance, preventive maintenance check services. Perform the operatives preventive maintenance check services more often than normal. The work package 11 and 12. Do not fill the fuel tank completely. Extreme heat causes the fuel to expand and overflow. Ensure the water is free with possible mineral deposits before adding coolant. Make sure the radiator local desert water sources have high mineral deposits where they will clog the radiator. Ensure the water antifreeze 50-50 mixture raises coolant boiling temps and preventing overheating. The high temperature can be damaged on the hose of the check the radiator fuel lubricating the leakage around the fitting of not supervisors. If the hose is damaged, park the roller under the cover in the shade if possible. Operate in sandy, dusty conditions. No, the roller normally you operate with the dusty condition to prevent maintenance checks over the design but to handle these conditions. However, the desert with the conditions of dust most extreme. The current check with the surface is required most often than normal. Check with the engine coolant temperature, engine oil level frequently. Check the air restriction indicator most often than ensure the air cleaner is not become clogged. Clean the radiator core free of the dust and leave the other obstructions to any other circulation. Operating sandy dusting, continue to check with the drain fuel, water separated, check the monitor, all gauge the warning lights, and ensure the machine is effective with the dusty condition. Park the roller in sheltered area with the wind. With the sheltered area, it is not available to park the roller facing the wind to prevent the sand out of the dust from blowing into the barrier. Cover the instrument panel with the vandal guard down. Air restriction indicator with the hydraulic oil level, the indicator fuel tank with the cap of the hydraulic oil fill cap. The work life of the machine is marked on the extended period. Time with extremely dusty. Cover the exhaust outlet port, prevent the dust from blowing into the exhaust system. Cover the space for the fuel tank, fill level, adding fuel to the fuel tank. Clean the spot for the fuel containers around the fill caps on the fuel tank before adding fuel. Use under extremely sandy, dusty condition. Fill filter with a filter fuel with a filling tank. Ensure engine transmission oil filter tubes clean with the before gauge rods remove the check levels and clean the accumulation sand dirt around the fluid filter location before checking adding in the fluids. Alright, fording. Do not enter the water deeper than 10 inches. The fording, the water depth of 10 inches can cause the damage of the equipment. Test the depth of the water. Ensure the firmness, consistency, bottom of the surface. Do not temper before the depth of 10 inches exceeds 10 inches. Ensure all gauges indicate the normal operating pressure of the temperature to stop the roller edge of the water. Ensure the water slowly after the fording. Wash the roller, wipe, clean, and dry. Perform lubricating surfaces as possible when assisting the field maintenance, nuclear, biological, chemical decontamination. Proceed with decontamination kit bracket is mounted with the rear of the roller. Refer to the TM34320211412 NP for operation of the decontamination kit end of work package. Alright, your stowage data plate stencil guide. Introduction. The work package shows the location, stowage, equipment, and materials required for the care of the roller, maintenance, vibration, tandem steel drum. The work package also includes an illustration showing the location and all decals data plate stencil for the roller. Decal data plates for the same with the CB534B, CB534C roller, except for the note of the CB534 roller shown. Stowage guide. The equipment storage locator is designed with the help of the inventory items required in the safe decision operation. Equipment locator is representative of the basic issue and the authorized automated list. Storage of the roller work package 727 listing the basic item authorized automated list. Decals, and then it goes to decals, and then more decals, more decals, more decals. More decals, warnings, decals, more decals, alternator, yeah, 24 volts, yeah. Chapter 3, Operator Troubleshooting.